All right, hello everybody. Happy Hawaiian Day. I got a quick warm up for you, dealing with some basic force applications, objects acting on an object at rest. So we start off with Emma and Lauren are starting to lift the desk. Emma applies a certain amount of force, while Lauren applies a certain amount of force at different angles. What is the magnitude and angle of that resultant force? So we're just adding the two vectors together to see the resultant and finding the magnitude and angle of it. Then we have a 2v1 tug of war in which Mr. Crofton pulls with a certain amount of force at 0 degrees, while Andrew and Ray tug with 100 pounds each at two different angles. Who wins and why is this? Here are your solutions. So my diagram got cut off a little bit here, but Emma and Lauren working to lift a desk together. I added Emma's red vector with Lauren's green vector to get my blue resultant vector, in which I can find that it falls into the second quadrant, so I can find the magnitude as well as the direction angle. Don't forget to add 180 to the direction angle to get an angle that's in the second quadrant. Then the tug of war battle. I have three things acting on an object, which is my rope, and in this case, Mr. Crofton wins because his 180 pounds of force is directed at 0 degrees, while Ray and Andrew are working against each other a little bit because their angles are not exactly the same. So my resultant vector of all three things happening is that positive 6 on the horizontal distance, is saying Mr. Crofton is winning just by a bit. All right, this should be a review of what we started last class, and now we're going to get into today. Our first topic is called ramp problems. So here's a situation. First thing to review is what is called an equivalent vector. So equivalent vectors are vectors that are the same direction, the same length. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equivalent vectors. While they're in different places, they're going the same distance, as in the magnitude of them is the same, and they're pointing in the same direction. This is an important concept for when we get to our classic ramp problems. And a classic ramp problem is where there's an object, in this case a box, that is on a ramp, making a certain angle with the horizontal. We're wondering how much force is required to keep that box from rolling down the hill. So there are certain things to consider with these problems. Here's our standard situation. All right, so here I have my box on a hill. First thing to consider when thinking about how easy or hard it would be to keep it from rolling down the hill is the weight of that box. And that weight vector is going to go straight down perpendicular with the horizontal. That's my green vector there, my weight. The second thing is the component force perpendicular to the ramp, and this is my blue vector I'm drawing in here. And my final vector here is the force required to hold the object in position, keep it from going down the hill. And that we typically think of it as being up there where the box is, but again, we use our equivalent vectors to make a relationship that's a lot easier to solve for right there. And what we form with this, because the force is parallel to the ramp, and the blue perpendicular vector is perpendicular to the ramp, we always will form a right angle here, giving us a right triangle. The final part when considering how easy or hard it would be to keep something from rolling down the hill is the angle of the hill. So the angle with the horizontal is theta there. And due to similarity in right triangles, the triangle I have in my ramp, but also my triangle of vectors, that theta will also be represented here within my vector triangle. We'll do a couple quick examples, and you'll try one out. You'll see this diagram will look really similar on every problem we do like this. So we're going to revisit our problem. I'm going to again draw that ramp. The ramp makes a 24-degree angle with the horizontal. Great. And now I'm going to consider the entire situation. So I've got a box or an object, whatever it is, on the ramp. The weight of that object is really important. I'm going to draw that in green here. That will be your biggest vector every single time. The weight of the object will be your biggest vector. The component perpendicular will be perpendicular to the ramp, and it will be a little bit shorter, a little bit smaller than the weight of the object. Finally, the force required to keep it up from rolling down the hill goes there, but really the equivalent vector should be the same length, should be a little longer, is down here, always forming our right triangle. That's the force required to keep it from sliding down the hill. So I have my three vectors drawn in there. And don't forget the angle, due to similarity of triangles, will also be right there. So now the question is, what am I given? What do I want to solve for? In this case, it's a 200-pound box. So the weight of this box is 200 pounds. And the question is, how much force is required? So that is my F. I'll call it X for right now. And what this always comes down to is just some basic right triangle trigonometry. So I'm going to use TOA to figure out my missing piece using what I know. I know the angle. I want to find the force, which is opposite, and I have my hypotenuse, which is the weight. So this is sine of 24 degrees is going to be equal to x over 200. I can then solve that out, and it would get me 81.35 pounds, I believe is what we'll get there. 81.347, I'll call it 35. Good. Let's do another example. Example 2, an object lies on a hill. It makes a 40-degree angle to horizontal. Let's just go ahead. Now, it's a steeper hill. Don't have to draw it like exactly to scale, but 40 degrees of the horizontal, 50 pounds required to keep it from sliding down. How much does the object weigh? So I'm going to draw up my very similar situation here. I've got an object, a box, whatever it is. The weight of that box goes straight down. Again, will always be the longest vector. Perpendicular component to the hill, and then the force required to keep it from sliding down the hill. Again, my 40-degree angle will also be here in this triangle. The question is, 50 pounds of force is required to keep it from sliding down the hill. That's F, that's my red vector. So how much does it weigh? That's my green vector, W. Again, we have a right triangle. Again, we're going to do SOHCAHTOA, and again, it's going to be sine. This time, though, I'm given my opposite, because that's my force required to keep it from sliding down, and I need to solve for the weight, so X is my denominator this time. You can put over 1, cross multiply, solve out. You get 77.786, and the unit on this is pounds. So it's almost an 80-pound box. It's a pretty steep hill, so you need a lot of force to keep it from sliding down. One more together, and then you try one out. All right. So again, we got an object on an inclined plane, another word for a hill or ramp or whatever you want to call it. It weighs 150 pounds. So I'm going to go right on in and draw that object. The weight of it, I keep going in green, so I'll keep doing that. Longest vector, 150 pounds. The force perpendicular to the plane, or to the ramp, that I'm given to be 60 pounds. And finally, the force required to keep it from sliding down. I don't know anything about it, and I don't need it. The question now is, what is the angle of the hill? So that is theta. Again, we have a right triangle, but this time we're solving for an angle. Given my adjacent and hypotenuse, this is going to be cosine of the angle equals 60 over 150. So my unknown is the angle, so here I need to use cosine inverse. And when I do cosine inverse, I find a very steep hill, 66.422 degrees. All right. So these are your ramp problems. This is the general setup. It's going to look really similar each time, just solving for a different piece. I got you finishing one out here as our last ramp problem. So I want you to think about how much force is required to keep a 30-pound medicine ball from rolling down a hill. Think about a 5-degree hill, a 35-degree hill, an 85-degree hill. First, make some predictions. Think about it. A 30-pound ball, how much force is required to keep it from rolling down each of these 3 hills? Pause and calculate it really quick. And your answers are 2.615 pounds, 17.20